Namaskar, everyone, and welcome to your morning yoga practice. My name is Sandhya, and I will be guiding you for today. We'll be doing a chair yoga flow, which I've said in previous weeks, chair yoga is really great because it allows for a yoga practice regardless of your ability level. For this, you just need to make sure that the chair you choose allows for you to plant your feet flat on the floor. So we'll start with a centering. So sitting with the back straight, shoulders relaxed and down, head facing forward. And just begin to deepen the breath. Feeling each inhale and each exhale. And with each breath, just feel the body relaxing further. Just coming to the present moment, being here and now. Connecting into that infinite space, infinite peace and love and goodness. I'm going to take this moment now as we center here, just to invoke the presence of all of our guides and masters of light, including our own Guru, Sri Vasudeva. May we always feel the divine grace. And we'll open our yoga practice with the sacred sound of Om. Just gently breathing out, breathing in. Then let's slowly open the eyes when we feel ready. And we'll move on to our pranayama practice. Pranayama is really important because we are not just physical beings. So yes, these exercises can be seen as breathing practices where we're taking in oxygen and expelling out carbon dioxide. But as we practice them more and become more energy aware, we start to notice subtle changes in our being that can really energize our bodies, bring us a lot of strong vitality, and really charge up our systems and our nervous systems in a way that while we can get that sort of energizing feeling in a physical yoga practice, this allows us to go even deeper into that. So while we do the asanas for the physical body, we do the pranayama to really focus on energizing and working with our subtle body. So we'll begin first with just a cleansing breath, just to clear out the lungs so that we're allow and are able to take in that fresh oxygen into the bodies. So breathing out. Good. And then just begin to relax here, breathing normally. Just deep belly breaths here. Really pushing the belly out as you inhale and letting it come in as you exhale. And just observing what's happening inside. Good, and let's slowly open the eyes when we feel ready, and we'll move on to our first pranayama exercise, Kapalabhati. So Kapalabhati is that short exhalation. Again, it brings a lot of energy, a lot of vitality into the body, and it really wakes the system up. So this exercise doesn't have to be a very forceful exhalation, and it also doesn't have to be very fast. And if at any point when you're doing this, you're starting to feel dizzy or lightheaded, just stop, do some deep belly breathing, and then come back in. You have to work with your own bodies here, and listen to it and take the rest if you need it. So cleansing breath out. And just relax here. Breathing in and out. Just observing, being present. And then gently opening the eyes when you feel ready. We're going to repeat one more time. Cleansing breath out. And relax. Breathing deeply in and out. And observing again, just what's happening within. Okay, and then we'll gently open the eyes and we'll move on to our next pranayama exercise, which is the alternate nostril breath. As we know, this helps to balance both sides of the brain and both left and right energy channels as well that go along the spine. Again, this is an even more subtle practice than the Kapalabhati. So I really urge you to really take note and pay attention to the differences that you're feeling before and after this exercise. So we start by tucking in the middle and the index finger. We'll plug the right nostril with our thumb. Just a reminder that we'll be exhaling for a count of 8 and inhaling for a count of 4, just to really clear the lungs of carbon dioxide before we inhale again. Plugging the right, just exhale normally through the left. In through the left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale through the right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Plug right, exhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Plug, exhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Plug, exhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Inhale right, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. Slowly taking the hands from the face and breathing normally, observing as we take deep inhales and exhales. And let's slowly open the eyes when we feel ready. Keeping that breath awareness here, we'll just move into our physical asanas now. So we'll start by bringing the chin to the chest and just rolling out the neck just a few times. Going slowly or fast, switching directions, just warming up the neck muscles. Okay, and we'll bring the head back into center, bring the arms out in T position. So first we'll start with our palms facing down, and then we'll turn our palms up. Turn them down and up, down and up, down and up. Good. Hands on the thighs. Just going to start to rotate out from the waist area. Rotating in one direction, really getting deep here. And let's switch directions. Good. And then let's plant the left foot on the floor, picking up the right leg. Let's hug the knee towards the chest. And let's slowly release it down. Hugging now the left knee into the chest, right foot resting down. And let's slowly bring it down. Okay, now we're going to come to a standing position. We're going to turn, so we're standing to the left of our chair. We're going to come into our triangle posture on the chair. This time from standing, using our chair only for support. So let's take a step forward with the right leg and a step back with the left. So we're coming into our triangle legs. The right hand plants down on the chair as we turn our chest towards the side, really trying to stack our hips, pressing on the chair as much as we need to for support. Then the left leg can draw up and it can reach towards the ceiling here. We can gaze up towards the ceiling or we can look down towards the chair. A variation of this posture is bringing a slight bend to that front knee. So instead of keeping it straight, we can provide a little bit of a bend for a little more support. Good. And then slowly we'll bring that back left hand down. Using the chair for support as much as we need to, we come back to a standing. And let's move ourselves or our chair to the other side so we can practice triangle on the other side. Taking now a step forward with that left leg and a step back with the right. Feet come into our triangle feet. So that means the front foot is perpendicular with the back foot. We plant the left hand down onto the chair. And now you can begin to turn your chest towards the side, trying to really stack those hips. When you feel steady here, you can start to raise that right hand up overhead, maybe turning the gaze to the fingertips, or looking down at the chair. And remembering you can introduce a bend into that front leg if you need to adjust here. Okay, and then we will slowly bring the hand down, use the chair for support, and come to a stand. So we're going to move the chair or move ourselves so that we're standing in front of the chair. We're going to come into a front leg stretch. So we're going to take a wide stance with our legs. This time though, both toes are pointing towards the chair. The feet aren't perpendicular. And then we'll begin to, with the hands on the hips, just fold towards that chair, bringing the hands to rest on either side of the seat. So this is the first option for our front leg stretch. We have a few variations. You can choose to stay here, or if you would like to deepen, keeping that front leg straight, you can begin to come onto your forearms. You want to introduce a deeper stretch, still keeping the back straight and the hips in line with each other. Don't start to shift the hips one way or the other. You can also, again, introduce a bend into that front knee if at any point it feels like it's a bit too much for your legs. And of course, your last variation is maybe you don't even need the chair and you bring your hands directly to the floor in front of you. That is always an option as well. Just coming into the version that works well for you and your body. Good, and then we're going to slowly walk the feet back together. Bring the hands onto the chair if they're on the floor, and we come to a stand. We repeat on the other side. So now I'm stepping my left leg back. Just make sure you switch sides. So now the opposite leg is in front. And you start by just holding on to the seat of the chair with both hands, keeping the back straight and the hips in line. We don't want one hip shifting back or forward. And we begin to fold. Maybe our forearms rest on the chair, or maybe we come all the way down. Hands rest on the floor. Bringing a bend to the knee at any point if you feel you need to. Good, and then we're going to slowly walk the feet back together. Let's keep the hand on the chair where they are on either side. We're going to come into our high plank position. So for this, you want to make sure that your chair is sturdy on the floor and it's not going to slide back because we're going to start to push into it a little bit. So if you need to, put your chair against a wall to make sure it doesn't slide anywhere as you're pushing on it. Once you know your chair is secure, you can come back with straight legs into a half fold position. So here my legs are straight. I'm in a flat back position. My hands are resting on either side of the chair. Okay, and then from here, let's step one leg back. And first we come into an intermediate posture, which is our high lunge posture. So one leg is back, one leg is forward. I've stepped my right leg back here. My left leg is bent, and I'm holding onto the chair. Good. And now, step the left leg back. So now you're in your plank position on the chair. If at any point this becomes too much, you can always rest your forearms instead of holding with your wrists if you're noticing a lot of pressure on your wrist. You should be engaging a little bit of your core here. And if at any point that becomes too much, step the feet back in, step either one leg in and come into a high lunge, or step both feet in and just come into that half fold. Otherwise, if you're able to stay in your high plank position, stay here, holding and breathing into your core. Good. And then as we hold here, with our next exhale, keeping our left leg back, let's bend the right knee and try and draw it in towards our chest. So it's knee to chest. Just hold here and then bring that leg back. Okay, now the other side. Still in our plank if we're able to. We're going to draw that left knee into the chest. Good, and then let's step that leg back. Good. One more time. Right knee into chest and back. Left knee into chest and back. Okay, and then to come out of this posture, let's take now the right leg and bring it forward so that we're in a high lunge on the other side. So for me, my left knee was bent in front in my high lunge before. So to repeat on the other side, I'm bringing my right knee in front. Hold here. Good. And then let's come back to our flat back position. So step the left leg to join the right foot. Good, and then we're going to walk both feet back just a little bit. About to the same position as where our legs were in our plank position, but this time it's our hands and arms that are stretching out instead of our legs. Good, and from here, we're gonna come into our down dog on the chair. So when your hands are on the edge and you're starting to feel a stretch in the back of your legs, just let the head come in between the shoulders here, the back straighten. Keeping the legs straight, but don't lock the knees. And hold and breathe. Just feel the stretch in the shoulders. I really love this shoulder stretch. It really helps to open up the chest area. And again, if you tend to work at a computer a lot, this really opens things up. Good. And then on your next exhale, let's slowly walk back in. And let's come to a seated position on our chairs. Palms facing up. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times. Good. And we're going to come back to a standing, and we're going to come into another shoulder opener, even deeper than the downward dog that we just did. So let's first come onto using your hands on the chair here if you need to for support. We're going to come down onto one knee and then to the other. So at this point, if you have any pain in the knees, I would suggest cushioning them with a towel or a yoga mat here, because we will be here for a little bit. Good. And then again, similar to before, you're going to shimmy your knees back just a little bit so that you can rest your elbows on the chair here. So we're going to start by bringing the elbows to the edge here, shimmying the knees back a little bit, and bringing the hands together in prayer position. And we can choose to stay here if we're already starting to feel that opening in the chest, or we can begin to drop the head in between the arms until we feel an even deeper stretch in the shoulders. The knees need to be far enough back so that the hips are over the knees. So you're making a 90-degree angle with your torso and your thighs. Holding and breathing here. Good. And then let's slowly, on your next exhale, we're going to bring the head up if they was already up. Walk the knees back in. And use the hands for support here to come back up to standing. Turn yourself around. And let's sit on the chair here. Okay, and then from here, again, roll the shoulders back a few times. And roll the shoulders forward a few times. Good. And we'll come into another shoulder opener. So we're going to either grab opposite elbows, and you can choose to stay here with opposite elbows if this is already enough of a shoulder stretch for you. Otherwise, you can come into our cow face posture. So the right hand reaches up, palm facing down, rests in between the shoulder blades. Left hand, palm facing out, turns to reach towards the shoulder blades so that our fingers are reaching towards each other. Now, if your fingertips can't reach each other, you can always just hold on to your shirt to keep your hands from sliding back out until your hands can reach together. Also, if you had a yoga strap, you could use that to give that extension as well. Good. And then we're going to slowly release the arms. Again, rolling the shoulders back, rolling the shoulders forward. Let's repeat on the other side. So you can grab opposite elbows and stay with this. This may, in fact, be as deep as we'd like to go in this posture, and that's fine. Otherwise, this time we lift the left arm up, turn the palm facing down to rest in between the shoulder blades. Right hand reaches down and up, palm facing out in between the shoulder blades. Fingertips reaching towards each other, maybe holding onto the t-shirt if they can't fully reach. And we just hold and breathe into the posture. Okay, now let's slowly release from this. Just begin again. Roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward, and then with our breath, we're going to inhale the shoulders up, and then exhale, drop them down. In, in, and relax. Good. Let's take the hands, clasp them together, and bring them just behind the head. We're going to engage our core muscles again. So drawing the belly button into the spine. We're going to keep the back as straight as possible. We're going to pick up the right leg, flex the toes back towards our face. Maybe it just hovers, or maybe we try and bring it all the way back. And then release it down, picking up the left leg, hovering, trying to bring it all the way up towards our chest, back straight, and down. Again, each side, keeping the core tight. Don't forget to breathe here, drawing the knee in and down. And let's draw the left knee in and down. Good. Okay, and then holding onto the seat with both hands, just begin to do a few hip rotation circles. So not moving the knee or anything, just rotating the hip one way and rotating the hip another way. Do the right leg, and don't forget to also do the left leg in both directions. Good. Now we can release the feet down. And we're going to come back up into our standing position. And we're going to use the chair for some support as we do some balancing postures. So these postures are good for focus and for mental strength. So coming to a standing and coming to one side of your chair. So I'm going to go to the right side of my chair. Your first posture in chair yoga is known as flying crane. So holding onto the top of the chair with the left hand, we'll bring the right hand to rest on the hip. Shifting the weight into the left leg, we're going to pick up the right leg and pick up with a bend. So pick up the right leg and bend the knee, bringing the knee into hip height. Good. And then maybe we stay here. Maybe we reach that right arm out. And maybe, if we're feeling really steady, we can release our hold from the chair and reach the left arm out as well. And then further to this, we can hold here, or we can try and stretch the leg out as it's being lifted. Holding and breathing if you're able to, and bring it back to a bend. Hold on to the chair as we bring it all back down. Good. Let's shake it out a little bit. Let's repeat on the other side. So either we move ourselves or we move our chair so that we're now holding the chair with our right hand as we're on the left side. Bringing the left hand to the left hip, resting the right hand on the chair, we start to pick up the left leg, bending the knee at hip height as we ground down into that right foot. Maybe we hold here. Maybe we reach out that left arm. And then maybe we're feeling very steady and strong. And we pick up that right arm as well. And we hold here and balance. Good. And then you can choose to stay here. Or if you'd like to challenge yourself, try extending that leg out straight and holding. And bringing it back to a bend. And bringing it back down. Good. Give that leg a bit of a shake out. Good. And then while we're here on this side, we're going to do our balancing tree pose posture. So let's move over to the right side again. Give that left leg a little bit of a break. So first, left hand is planting on the chair, right hand on the hip. As we pick up that foot, we ground down in that left foot as we pick up that right. And maybe we bring it to kickstand. Maybe we bring it against our calf. Maybe if we're feeling we'd like to, we bring it against our thigh muscle. Hips are opening like a book here. So not turning the knee in, but trying to open it and pushing it out as much as possible. Maybe we hold here. Maybe we bring one hand to our heart. Maybe we bring it up to a full expression. Maybe we even release our hold from the chair, holding it at heart or in a tall expression. Feeling balanced and focused. Breathing deeply here. And slowly releasing the hands down. Maybe bringing the left hand to the chair, right hand to the hip. Turn the knee into center. Bring it down. Shake out the legs if you need to. And then move yourself or your chair to the other side. So now we're going to come onto the left side of our chair. Holding onto the chair with the right hand, spreading the toes, picking up that left leg, and finding the placement along your leg, placing that left foot wherever is comfortable for you. Hands can stay on the chair. Maybe one hand comes to the heart. Maybe both hands come to the heart. Maybe you come into your tall expression of the tree. You decide what's right for you. And let's hold and breathe here. And then on your next breath, slowly bringing the hands down, maybe to rest on the chair. Other hand to the hip, turning the knee into center and bringing it down. Now let's give everything a little bit of a shake out here. Good. And then let's come to a seated position back on our chair. So let's find mountain pose on the chair. If you remember from previous weeks, hips, feet are in line with the knees are in line with the hips, palms are facing up or palms are facing down. Good. So for this one, we're going to come into a reverse chair. So we're going to come out of our chair to do our chair posture. So first, bring the hands up overhead, just slightly in front of your vision, as if you're holding a really big beach ball overhead. And then begin to slowly lean forward until your hips come off of the chair. Core is engaged here. Pull the belly button into the spine, making sure you're breathing here. Back as straight as possible. Slight curve in the lower back. Holding here. And if at any point you need to, just sit back on the chair for a rest. and then join us back in. Good. And then we'll slowly sit back down on our own now, onto the chair. Hands come down. Good. So from here, we're going to come back to standing once again, turning back to the front of our chairs again. So coming first into the half fold, standing on the chairs, standing in front of the chair, hands on either side. Slowly walk the feet back. We're going to come into our down dog again, how we did earlier on in the class. Holding and breathing here. And you can choose to hold in your downward dog here, if this is comfortable for you, or you can release your left hand and reach it for your right ankle. Introducing just a slight twist as you look in between your right leg and your right arm up towards the ceiling. Just making sure your feet are still hip distance apart here. Good. And let's release the left hand back. Again, you can stay in your down dog here. Otherwise, we need to do the other side. Right hand reaches back towards the left foot. Turning the gaze up, looking in between the left armpit and the left ankle. Getting just a little bit of a twist here. Good, and then let's come back into center here. And then we're gonna try a transition here. You can hold in downward dog if you're feeling like this is enough for you. Otherwise, keeping the feet where they are. Again, make sure your chair is really secure here because we're gonna be pressing into it. We're actually gonna transition into our high plank. So make sure your chair is secure before you attempt this. But then on your next inhale, we're gonna try and shift forward onto our tippy toes from our down dog. Pushing the hips forward, lifting the chest as we come into our high plank on the chair. Maybe staying here, or maybe even lifting the chest up and coming to an upward dog on the chair. Again, be very careful here. Make sure your chair is secure. Otherwise, just rest in downward dog just for a few more breaths. And then we're gonna slowly, if you're in upward dog or plank, we're gonna slowly push back, first into plank, and then slowly pushing back onto the feet in our downward dog. And let's walk our feet forward. Good, and let's come back to our chairs to sit on the chair. Good. So we're gonna come into a quad stretch here. So for this, we're going to sit the right thigh on the edge of the right side of the chair. Left leg, left knee points down towards the floor. So for this, make sure that you are sitting on the edge of the chair in that the right arm is able to rest on the back of the chair for support for this as you're pointing that left knee down. You're going to need the back of the chair for support here. So maybe you stay here with that left knee pointing down there, and that's enough of a stretch. Or you can try and reach back around for that left foot, keeping that left knee pointing down as you hold here. Holding and breathing into the stretch. Good. And then let's slowly release from this down. Releasing your hold on that left foot. twisting so that you're back into center. And then we'll repeat on the other side. So now sitting so that the left hip is off of the chair. Making sure you're holding with that left arm on the back of the chair for support. And that right knee points down towards the floor. Maybe it rests here. Maybe this is enough for you. Or maybe you pick up that right foot, and keeping that right knee pointed downwards. You pull that right heel into you, so you get a deeper stretch along the top of that thigh. Hold here. Good. And then we'll slowly release that foot down. And let's turn ourselves back into center here, facing the front again. And let's bring our hands to either side of our chair. So push the chest out. Push the chest out, hands on either side of the chair here, and look up to the ceiling. So getting just a slight back bend here, you can let the head drop back. And then, keeping the chest pushed out, let's draw the chin to the chest. Really gently doing this, you may start to feel a bit of a deeper stretch. Holding and breathing here. Good. And then slowly, on your next exhale, we're going to come into a forward fold. So keeping the feet hip distance or wider, walking your hands down the legs, or maybe using your core muscles, hands stretched out to come down. We'll come into our forward fold. Just letting the head hang heavy here, breathing deeply, and feeling the belly press into the thighs with each deep inhale and exhale. Good. And slowly, on your next inhale, we're going to walk our hands up our legs. Tuck the chin into the chest. Just be really gentle with yourself and your spine here as you come up to a rise. Okay, and then just before we come into our final Shavasana, I'm going to introduce an inversion while on the chair. So for this, you will actually need a yoga mat for it. This is a gentle inversion. It's a variation on shoulder stand or legs up the wall posture. So you come first sitting on the floor so that your body is actually perpendicular to the chair. Bending the knees, soles of the feet planted on the floor. So you're perpendicular to the chair, your body is. Then turning your body, keeping the bent knees, slowly pick them up to bring them so that the calf muscles in the feet are resting on the seat of the chair. That the crook of your knee is actually resting on the edge of the chair here. Your arms can rest by your sides or come out in the shoulder height T position. Inversions are really important to our yoga practice because they give a little bit of a break to your heart. Instead of your heart having to pump blood down to your legs and back up, we're helping the heart by allowing gravity to do the work to bring the blood, the deoxygenated blood, back to our heart to reoxygenate. So we're working with gravity here. So you may start to notice a little bit of numbness in the legs of the feet as this is happening. And if it's uncomfortable at any point, please come out. Otherwise, just hold and breathe here just for a few breaths. Alternatively, if you can't bring your feet up on the chair, you can always just rest the soles of the feet against a wall with the knees bent. Okay, and then slowly, on your next exhale, we're just going to come out of this posture the way that we came into it. So just with the knees bent, slowly kind of shimmy the legs off of the chair, bringing them onto one side. So you're lying back perpendicular to the chair. And coming back to a seated position. Using the chair for support, push yourself up. And then let's come to a seated position on the chair. Come back to our Tadasana posture. Feet in line with the knees in line with the hips, palms facing up or palms facing down. Chin parallel to the floor. Closing the eyes if they're not already closed. Let's just connect back in. Make sure each breath is long and deep. As we return back to our center, to that expansive space within. And then we'll slowly drawing our attention back, wiggling our fingers and toes, bringing our sense of physicality back into our awareness, but stay observing all that's happening within and without. And let's just take this moment now to be in gratitude to all of our guides and masters of light, including our own Guru, Sri Vasudeva. May we always feel the divine guidance and support in every moment of our lives. And let's close our yoga practice with the sacred sound of Om. I'll just gently breathe out. In. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Just keeping the eyes closed just for a few more minutes. We're going to rub our palms together, generate some warmth, heat in the hands, and then slowly, just gently placing them over the eyes, feeling the warmth just seep in to the face, to the eyes that work so hard, process all the light in our worlds. And then we're going to slowly take our hands from our face, and we'll gently open our eyes when we feel ready. Namaskar, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing your yoga practice with us for today. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Namaskar.